Hi, I'm Danny with eTrailer, and today we're going to take a look at and I'm going to show you how to install the eTrailer trailer hitch on our 2025 Ford Escape. Ford Escapes are great versatile vehicles that can be used for utility and for adventures. So adding a hitch is going to be a great idea because it's going to allow you to haul small trailers, have bike racks, or even some cargo carriers back here. I really like how this hitch looks on this Ford. As you can see, the cross tubes are completely hidden up behind the fascia, and it has a nice matte black finish, which is scratch resistant, and it matches the matte black on the bumper. Now I'll go ahead and throw a bike rack in here so you can see what this looks like with an accessory in here. This is one of the more popular bike racks, frequently used. You will need a 5/8 inch pin and clip to secure your accessory. Now this bike rack comes with one, but if your accessory does not come with one, or you just need one for towing, then you can pick one up from us at eTrailer, and I would recommend getting a locking one just so you have that extra sense of security when you have your accessory back here. This hitch has a tongue weight capacity of 525 pounds, so no need to worry if you have those heavier e-bikes. You can put those on the back, or you can load up a cargo carrier back here as well for some extra storage. Now, if you're planning on doing some towing with your Escape, then that max capacity is going to be 3,500 pounds, and that is going to be the trailer plus whatever's packed inside of it. Now, do check your owner's manual and make sure you're towing what your vehicle can handle. And now I'll go ahead and give you a couple measurements here. So from the ground to the top of our hitch opening here, it's going to be about 13 inches, and I did measure this to make sure on level ground earlier. And that's important to know if you have long accessories and you want to make sure you don't bottom out when you go up a steep incline. Now the next measurement is from the center of our hitch pin hole to the outside of our bumper here, and that's going to be about 6 inches. So that's important to know if you have a folding accessory like a bike rack, and you want to make sure that doesn't come into contact with your bumper when you're having that in the fold position. The safety chain loops are up here tucked out of the way, which adds to that low profile look. So you may have to bend down to get your safety chains on, but it can easily accept a clevis style or an S-hook. This hitch is really easy to install. It won't take a whole lot of time. But if you don't have the time or tools to do this yourself, or if you're planning on adding some trailer wiring to make everything legal, then please feel free to check out our dealer locator. We can find a professional in your area to get this done for you. Now, if you do decide to get this hitch for your Escape, please let us know what kind of accessories you're using with it and how you like it on your adventures in a review or comment. Now, without further ado, let's get into the install. As far as install goes, this is really easy. You will have to do a little bit of grinding on one of the holes, but other than that, you can do this fairly quickly. Now, if you don't have the time or tools to do it yourself, or you're planning on getting wiring with this to make everything legal if you have a trailer, then please feel free to check out our dealer locator. We can find a professional in your area to get this done for you. And if you decide to get this hitch for your Escape, then send in a photo of what kind of accessory you're using with it. But without further ado, let's get into the install. First thing we're going to want to do is lower this exhaust, but before we do that, I'm going to clip a strap and get this tightened down. So when we do remove those fasteners, this won't come flying down. There's going to be a rubber isolator on either side, and that's going to be attached to a bracket. Now on the driver's side, there's going to be a 10mm bolt, or nut rather. I'll go ahead and get this removed. And on this side, it's going to be the same thing, except there is going to be a wire harness attached to it, and this is actually going to be 11mm. So I'll go ahead and get this removed. Go ahead and pull this wire harness down and out of the way. And that will reveal the 10mm nut, and I'll get this removed. And this threaded post will come down completely out of the frame, and I'll just set this aside and we'll install it later. The mounting holes for the hitch are going to be this one up here, this one in the middle, and then this one on the end here. And there is an access hole on the side of the frame here. And I got a fish wire that comes in the kit. I'm going to start at the back here and put this through. And it's a little difficult sometimes to get this. You're just going to have to find it with your other hand. I'll go ahead and put my spacer block in and get this bolt threaded on. It's always a good idea to put a bend in your other end just so that it doesn't come through the hole. And now I'll go ahead and put the spacer block into the frame and the bolt. Now I'll go ahead and pull the fish wire and pull it through our hole. Now I'll do the same thing with this one and the one in the back. And once you've done that, you can go ahead and repeat this process on the other side. Now we can put the hitch into place. I got Scott helping me, and we're gonna slip this over the exhaust. And I'll put the wire fish through the holes here. And I'll get this lifted into place. Now I'll just pull the wire fish off and get one of our nuts tightened down. And as soon as you get one tightened on both sides, it'll hold the weight of the hitch, and now we can get the rest tightened. We got all our hardware loosely up in place, and as you can see, there is some play to this hitch. It can go side to side, so I'll just make sure that it is centered on the vehicle. I'll just measure from a common point on either side and get this centered. Gotta come way over there. Once I got the hitch centered, I can go ahead and tighten all the nuts down with a 19mm socket. I'll go ahead and torque all these down to the specs in the instructions. And if you don't have a torque wrench at home, you can usually rent one from your local auto parts store, or you could buy one from us at etrailer. You can now reattach the bracket for the exhaust. Now, last thing to do is you can take your strap down and you're good to go. And that was a look at the etrailer hitch on our 2025 Ford Escape.